What's good, y'all? It's Coffee. Back at it, man. I'm just chilling, doing me, scrolling through the timeline in the Twitter sphere, seeing what's going on in the blogosphere. And I see DJ Quik, living hip hop legend, throwing this tweet up talking about he had to take a Xan when he saw the news hit the blogosphere that Aaron Carter died from taking a Xan and falling off, losing consciousness, more or less, and drowning in a tub. Man, this ish is crazy. And it's wild, right? Because some time has passed, and not trying to be disrespectful, but just keeping it 100. Some time has passed since Aaron Carter died, and he was the type of the cat that just, from the way he moved, things that he did and whatnot, keeping it real. As soon as we heard he passed away, it was like every single one of us knew it was D Ruggs. Like, let's just keep it real, man. R.I.P. Aaron Carter. Again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being real, man. You know what I mean? We got to talk about this ish and learn lessons in lives, whether it's in our lives, whether it's our own life, our loved ones, or whatever. You got to learn from everything that you see going on, even if it's not your own experiences. You got to learn. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't learning, you're losing. But that ass, we all knew Aaron Carter had died of D Ruggs. And I think that kind of already came through via the news. I don't know why. I swore in my head, I felt like it had something to do with that Fenty with it, but apparently it didn't. But I do believe they had already announced that it was some kind of narcotics up in his system. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Aaron Carter was the kind of cat that had a long history of abusing drugs and getting into all types of drama with his BMs, his family. You know what I mean? At the end of this video, I'm going to play a clip where his brother from the Backstreet Boys, right, was talking about losing his brother and how he missed him. And it was crazy because Aaron Carter steady bashed his brother, and like, not just like, oh, my brother's a dickhead, like brotherly type beef. It was like some whole other ish he was saying about him. I don't necessarily believe it was true. Y'all let me know if you think it was. I ain't even going to say the type of ish that he was saying. But what I'm getting at is he was the kind of dude that was always like swearing that he was sober. You know what I mean? Y'all remember that when he was going on? He had that run on No Jumper when he gave Adam 22 that chain and all that. And he was swearing, oh, I've been clean. I'm off mental health medications. I'm off anxiety medications. I'm not on none of it. All I do is smoke a little bit of that loud pack to keep myself mellow. And it was like, we didn't believe it. Let's just be honest. Maybe he was clean for a short period of time, but that ass, like, we all know some people like this, whether it's us, ourselves, our loved ones, our friends. There's those individuals out there that swear up and down they're clean, or they'll get like a week clean and they talking about it's 6 months. Like, it's like, yo, you really believe the ish you're saying? Or, are you just exaggerating? Y'all know what I'm talking about? And that ass, when you see this news and you kind of just put this all together, like I said, it's like, you got to live and learn. And it's like, people, again, whether it's us or our friends, loved ones, whatever, that rock like this, you just kind of got to call them out at times. I'm not talking about beef with them, but if you want to save someone's life or you want them to stop slowly killing themselves, you just got to keep it real with them, like, yo, because it's like, that's what's in the cards sooner or later is what happened with this dude, right? He had all the money in the world and he pissed it all away. And, like, don't get me wrong. We know he came up in show business and there's a lot of flucked up, wicked ish that one goes through. We've heard those stories time and time again. We know the industry is an evil, even at times demonic place. But still, if you want to live on and be happy and be successful, and I'm not even saying success equates to money, you got to stop lying to yourself and lying to others and just get on the straight and narrow, or just make progress. Y'all feel me? But peep it wasn't just Xanax. It was Xanax, and he was huffing, I believe, some duster. That's what they're talking about, that he had some Alprazolam, which is like a generic knockoff of them Xans, and some cleaning spray that's used in like pressurized air cleaners or whatever. I think that's pretty much duster, more or less. I always share with y'all on this channel, those that fuck with me. I've been around the block. I've experimented with some things and all that, and I just try to keep it real with y'all. But I never got into the whole huffing thing. And when it comes to D-rugs, people are gonna do them no matter what. We share on here so often how is it even really safe anymore just to try to have some fun, at all, because there's so much toxic garbage out there, and poison. But apparently the pills were official. They weren't no knockoff jammies with no fancy wop in it, but he was huffing some cleaning ish as well. And I guess the combination of the two did him in. I'm a dude. I like to take baths. You know what I'm saying? It does wonders. Hot ass bath for the inflammation on the joints and all that, and just relaxing you and everything. But you see, in Aaron Carter's case, that duster mixed with them Xans was a combination that sedated him to the point he would sleep and drowned in the motherfucking tub. That's wild, y'all. Like, I'd like to think, even if I was like nodded out or something like that, inhaling some water or something like that would wake me to fuck up, and I would kick out of it like a 2 count. You know what I mean? Like, I just got hit with the rock bottom and it was WrestleMania and I had to kick out and keep the match going type vibes. But just goes to show you, he must have been wild flucked up. And there was reports that the last people to really see this dude alive were like a house sitter had found him. But I guess prior to this, police or sheriffs or whatever, the local law enforcement officers in whatever city or town or hamlet, suburb, whatever the fuck, wherever he lived, somewhere out there on the West Coast, I believe, that came and seen him to do a welfare check because he had been going through some ish with his BM or something like that. And they came and did a welfare check, and that was the last people to see him alive. So it seems like maybe all the drama or whatever he was going through that they called in that welfare check, like he was just on a mission to get fucked up and try to push the pain away. And ultimately, we see what the end result was. But yeah, those duster and all that shit, I never got into it. I like maybe a couple whippets here and there or whatever, but I just never got the huffing shit, man. Like, it just kills your brain cells. Like, it's not even really a D-rug that people do to get high off. I'm not judging anyone, but I don't know. I just never got why the fuck people did that. But there you have it, man. Aaron Carter, Xannies, and huffing some ish caused him to drown, So once again, I don't ever advocate for people to get fucked up. Like I said, it ain't really safe no more. There was a point in time where if people did things responsibly, it could be what it is or what it was. But nowadays, there's just too much synthetics and research chemicals and poison out there. You're better off just leaving that ish alone. But it's wild to me. I don't know. It just reminds me of Whitney Houston. It still blows my motherfucking mind that Whitney and her daughter, didn't they both drown in tubs as well? And if I remember correctly, they didn't even die right then. They were found and more or less never revived, but on machines, pretty much brain dead. It was very, very sad. But that ish was just wild crazy, right? Like, how the fuck do two people, mother and daughter, both die in such a bizarre way like that? It makes no goddamn sense. Some real scary ish to just even think about it, but that's all I got, y'all. Don't leave the drugs alone, like I said, but if you are fucking with them, don't mix them. Mixing is never a good thing to do, and that's what he did. And also, if it's you, your loved one, whoever is on this type of ish that Aaron Carter was on, always going through ish, always getting high, claiming to be clean, maybe they're halfway clean or not. Just do what you can to try to help them, but keep it real with them. You know, like cats that are on this type of ish, believing they're bull-ish never does anyone any good, you know. But the other side of the coin too is some people are just very troubled, and you know, I go through a lot of ish myself. You know, on the mental side of things, life is hard, you know, and especially if you add family drama and things like that to the mix, it's tough, you know. And it's like talking to people, I always advocate for that, is very good. You know, sometimes me just coming on here, kicking it with y'all, I'm not saying it fixes all my problems, but it does wonders for me, you know. So a lot of times with a lot of this mental ish or stress or things that go on in life, there isn't really fixing it. There's living with it and managing it, you know. It can almost be like a cancer on the body, mind, and soul. You know what I mean? Because it's like therapy, I definitely say can help. Talking to people, going to therapy, but the med side of things, the big F @RM @, y'all know who I'm talking about. They throw all this ish out there, DOCTORSs, pass it out to people. Hell, the Zans is something that a lot of people get put on. Everyday people, soccer moms, everybody, you know, oh, try this, and it can help, but ultimately it becomes extra habit forming. There's a withdrawal to get off it, which is like, some will say even harder than opiate withdrawal, because it can kill your motherfucking ass, and it's just a mess. So if you do seek help and go to get talk to somebody, be careful of what you take. You know, like the way society is, it's a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We got to get. I'm not bitching about it. I'm not bitching about life. I'm just saying life can be tough, and as human beings, this society that we live in the way things we go, isn't necessarily organic, or like, you know, a lot. Some can handle it more than others or whatever. I don't know. I'm beginning to ramble on a bit, but just be safe, everyone. That's all I got. I'm gonna play a clip at the end here from back when this all first happened. R.I.P. Aaron Carter. That's wild. DJ Quik said he had to take his Xan when he heard the news of the Xans being the cause of all this. And man, that Whitney, and what was her name? Whitney Bobby. That still blows my mind to this day. What do y'all think about all that? Here's that clip. I'm out of here. Sub to the channel. Hit the comments. Let's talk. Much more content coming. Music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more is coffee. And I'm gone, y'all. Peace.
An emotional tribute last night at this Backstreet Boys concert in London for the younger brother of singer Nick Carter, seen on stage holding back tears and receiving hugs.
We got a little bit of heavy hearts because we lost one of our family members yesterday.
Nick Carter posting on Instagram Sunday, "My heart is broken. Even though my brother and I have had a complicated relationship, my love for him has never faded." He added, "Addiction and mental illness is the real villain here." 34-year-old Aaron Carter was found dead in his Los Angeles area home Saturday. He rose to stardom in the late 90s after getting a start at just 9 years old, opening for his brother's group. Not long after, Aaron's second studio album went triple platinum. That led to several acting roles, including on Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and Lizzie McGuire. But in recent years, there were legal and substance abuse issues and mental health struggles. The Sheriff's Department revealed how Carter was found Saturday in a bathtub.
Information in the call stated the house sitter had found a male in the upstairs bathroom bathtub unresponsive. The house sitter was instructed to start CPR on the male.
Neighbor Anthony Cheval says he tried to help.
The house sitter or maid came to the door, and she just was screaming like, he's dead. And we're like, well, who? Let us help, you know. I told my wife send her in, and she still wouldn't let us in. Slammed the door, locked it.
Aaron was engaged to his girlfriend, and they had an 11-month-old son.
I had a talk with him before about this, and he's like, okay, I will go to rehab if that's what you want me to do.
The medical examiner will now determine Aaron Carter's exact cause of death.